Hello, good evening. This evening, they're here in the Philippines. I'm sure there's a feeling by some Americans of disappointment and, of course, some elation at the re-election of Donald J. Trump. I think that we all have to remember that it is a 4-year cycle, and many, I'm sure, will agree that the last 4 years have been difficult for many, not just in America, but for those outside of America too, not knowing quite what the future held. But one is hopeful that with the change of guard in the States, that the communities around America and in the far-flung parts of Hawaii or otherwise, Guam, that the locals can come together and sort out some of the issues that need to be sorted, and that you are able to now plan for a happy Christmas, maybe with lower costs of fuel and the hope of a better future in 2024, 25, I mean. So my message as a fellow human being, whether it's Grumpy Brit from the Philippines, Grumpy Brit in the Philippines, or a British expat in the Philippines, is the same, and that is that disappointment is always hard to handle. I can assure you I've been up for the last 24 hours trying to keep my eyes open enough to follow every minute of the momentous journey that so many Americans have had to deal with. But my hope is that we now are able to move on. It's disappointing that, I was going to say Hillary, but Camilla, that she was now, or Kamala Harris, was not able to front the cameras and address the nation as the first woman of color to actually maybe almost succeed, as she thought, to the highest position in American politics, that is Commander-in-Chief. Maybe it just wasn't her time, and many might suggest it never would have been, but beside the point, in politics there's always a winner and there's always a loser. Their game that they play every day is at yours and my expense. They spend their money, our money, the taxpayers' money, all around the world to wine and dine themselves. And of course most of the time, they forget why they're there. They forget the fact that they're there to represent their particular electorate, maybe 5,000, maybe 500,000 people in an area. But nevertheless, to listen to the communities for which they represent and to follow through on the promises that they've given their electorate, to do their best to get what they believe is in the best interest after discussions with them. But what sadly happens is they move away and follow the group for which they represent and lose touch often with the people that put them there, forgetting that they're there to serve you and me, or you and I. So don't be too harsh on them. They're fallible too. Their egos are just as broad and plentiful as your own. So for the expats that are here, especially Americans at the moment, celebrate, commiserate, but come together as a group And don't forget, when in war, we fight together. And we fight for a common enemy. In this case, they were fighting for a common goal. One chose to take one path and the others chose to abandon it. So, all the best for this evening and for tomorrow morning. And let's hope that, a pretty hard ask, but we hope that it doesn't get too dirty between now and the 20th of January, when your 47th president is sworn in on the steps of you-know-where. So, all the best, take care, be safe, stay calm. Bye now.